How good was Oppenheimer, hey?
I know, it's so good. Oh, do you know what I'm so excited about today? We're finally doing a special episode on Across the Spider-Verse, baby. Because you finally watched it, haven't you?
Let's go.
Have you watched it?
Yeah. I have watched it. I did watch it.
And we never did. Now
You know
I'm
my
gonna
thoughts.
feel inadequate going through this whole Barbie one now because I want to talk about Spider-Verse because I watched it again yesterday and I'm very much in that mindset.
Nah, we're talking about Barbie, baby.
Evil. Roll the intro, I guess.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I'm just kidding. Anywhere else I'd roll the intro.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Roll
That's
it.
good. That's good content.
Hello and welcome back to Who's There, a Barbie podcast, the show where two YouTubers get together and do a special episode, this time about a movie that has been responsible for one of the biggest box office opening weekends in history. Which
Congratulations.
It's been an insane thing, to be fair.
Oh my gosh.
We are here to talk about the Barbie movie, believe it or not. Not Barbenheimer, because a certain co-host has not seen Oppenheimer yet. He's always late to these things. Like in the intro, didn't see Spider-Verse. It's disgraceful.
No.
But he has seen Barbie. He has seen Barbie. We're here to talk about that. We're here to talk about that.
Yeah.
Crispy Pro, how you doing, my friend?
I am fantastic, and I'm very, very excited to talk to you today. How are you, Troy?
Oh, thank you very much. I realised because I didn't even say my own name. I just went straight into you. I'm just so selfless.
That's all right.
I'm so
That's
kind.
good.
I'm so
Selfless today. That's good.
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I mean, we got a couple of special episodes coming because next week, Secret Invasion, baby.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
The finale's
Just like the
tomorrow
rest of the
at the time of
world.
recording, and I am so excited for it. Which, actually, while we're on topic, can I just say I find it so funny that Gravik from Secret Invasion was one of the Barbies in the Barbie movie, Kingsley Ben-Adir.
I didn't realize that until after the fact.
I
I was
realised
like,
it immediately.
oh my gosh.
And I was just like,
I've never seen him smile.
Yeah, watching him being all cheery and smiling. I'm like, I'm going to watch him beat the ever-living life out of Nick Fury in like 4 days, and he's just being all cheery here in the Barbie movie. It's wild.
Correct.
It's wild. Right, Barbie, give it a score out of 10.
Mate.
What would you give it?
Oh, mate, I've had this chat. I've had this very, very chat. And I think comfortably, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Really?
That's where I sit. Where are you? Where are you going?
I definitely want to watch it again. I'm currently sitting at around an 8, maybe a 7.5.
Yeah.
Because I really like the film. I don't know if you saw my tweet. I tweeted about it because I like to tweet about my movie reviews.
I saw it, but I hastily scrolled along on the new Twitter
'cause you
X
hadn't-
app, by the
yeah.
way.
Oh,
which
X
is
app.
ridiculous.
Why is Twitter called X? Oh.
I don't know.
Do you know Elon Musk tried to rename PayPal as X, but then he got like thrown off the CEO board in like
Really?
2000.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently this isn't the first time he's tried to do
Well,
that.
history repeats itself
SpaceX,
once again.
he tried to call PayPal X, he called his kid X, and then now we got Twitter as X.
Is Grimes his ex?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Also, Mr. Evangelista is his ex. There's a Doctor Who tie-in. Bam.
There we go. Good.
That's
Good,
your
good.
weekly Elon Musk content. That's more than enough
Yep,
of that.
thank you very much.
Yeah, I really liked the film. I felt like the second act it dipped a little bit. Just the pacing, it lost a little bit of it for me. But I quite liked the first like hour was like pitch perfect, and like by the finale it picked back up again a little bit, I think. But it was just a really good movie. The set design, the music, the costumes, the performances, it was stellar across the board.
I think I can honestly say that was some of the most fun I've had at a cinema that was like a non-comic book related movie, like, or anything. It was just the crowd was loving it. Every joke I think landed, and I just was smiling like an idiot the whole time. I just think it was so campy, but it also had like a lot to say, obviously. But I honestly just think it was the most fun I've had in a while watching a movie. The Barbie movie, when this was announced ages ago, I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
You have to remember that I didn't watch the second Barbie trailer, which was the one that actually had plot in it. I kind of picked up a little bit from synopsis, so I literally had no idea really what was going to happen in the film. I knew they went to the real world, and that was literally it. Like, that was it.
That's pretty much all I knew. I had no idea that Ken was going to, like I didn't know what the idea was. Like, Ken kind of turned into the villain in the end, but there was no real, like, villain in the story, even the CEO of Mattel. It was just really a lot of commentary. Yeah. It's just a lot of conversations, really.
There was a really interesting narrative there where it didn't really paint anyone as the bad guy. Like, even Will Ferrell's CEO, even though he had like, some bad stuff to him, like, you know, we've had 2 women who've run the company before.
2. Thank you very much. What a lie.
But, like, even when they were, like, rollerblading in the beach trying to get to Barbie Land, he was like, you know, we got to make sure all the girls are happy. And I was like, oh, so he's got good motivation. Okay, that's nice. Cool.
But then they're also very motivated by money. Like, at the end, they're like, no. And they're like, this will make a lot of money. He's like,
isn't everyone, though, Crispy? You know, I'm motivated by money. I want us to make lots of money on this podcast episode, baby! Come on!
Yes. Give us a like and subscribe, pretty please.
I do find it funny. I do find it funny that, did you see the trending about Ben Shapiro being like, all you need to know about the Barbie movie is they say patriarchy 20 times?
No, I saw that he did some kind of video. That was his opening review
of it. He did like a 47-minute video berating it, and I don't need to watch it because I don't need to hear what the hell he's got to say. But I will agree with him about, well, not agree with him, not at all, God. But like, I will point out the same thing he did. Like, it was so funny how many times he said patriarchy. It was like they were like, right, I've just found this new word in the dictionary and I'm going to use it in every... Well, that basically was the plot, in fairness.
I guess, yeah. I mean, like, it's essential to this this story they were trying to tell. I thought it was just a really, really cute concept, and like they didn't go like into too much detail as to how like Barbie got into the real world and how, you know, people can go into Barbie, but they kind of like just don't even think about it. Just go with it. I think they literally said just go with it. It's a bit like a kid's
imagination, isn't it? Yeah, it's like there's elements of that fantasy there. It was brilliant.
It was. Do you know who was the actress that played? What was she gave the brilliant speech? Yeah, what was
America
her name?
Ferrera was her name, I think.
I think that sounds about right. Anyway, she did a phenomenal job, and I loved the fact that it was her Barbie, and, you know, she was having all this self-doubt, you know, thinking about dying, something we all, you know, eventually will think about, having this, like, existential crisis, and she was, playing with these Barbies, trying to get that little bit of nostalgia, which is kind of why the Barbie movie works so well, because, yes, like, I'm sure a kid could watch this and get something out of it, because it's all pretty and flashy and really, really fun and camp, but then, you know, as an adult, we want that nostalgia, and they really do say something in this story. I don't know. I just had so much fun with this damn movie.
And it's what I'm saying, right? Like, I feel like a lot of it was done through the lens of, like, you know, how a kid might view these things. Because the average child now watching this film is much more mature than we were probably at their age, if we're being completely real with the internet and everything else going on. I'm still
not mature. We're not mature. We have a Doctor Who podcast, for goodness sake.
Point being, no. So like I'm thinking from their perspective, because obviously there's a whole social commentary there as to how mature kids should be at whatever age they are, which we're not getting into. True. We talk about a time travel show, but I think it's interesting because the kids today are gonna have to be like riding back into joke. They're gonna probably most of them will have heard the word patriarchy at one point or another. That's a word that floats around, and like getting a bit of context for it. That's what I said. It's not like I was annoyed by it, but I picked up on how many times he was saying. I was like, it really is, and it literally was the idea, is that he'd literally just found the word and went, I'm going to apply this, and he's apply it. But I love the idea that it was like, as soon as I realised it wasn't about horses, I lost interest.
Oh gosh, that was such a like cute little like through line for this narrative, just all the constant horses and horse references. I really
like that it kind of. And I it's such an interesting thing, because you've seen when people have lost interest halfway through the movie because they've gone, oh, the whole point of the film was that women are the bad guys, and men are the bad guys, they try to be each other. But it's like, no, the whole point is that they just want to find a balance. That's the whole point. You need to find like a balance, and it's a balance that's still not been achieved. Because at the end of the film, the balance is not fully perfectly achieved, and I think that's intentional, because that's the way it is in the real world. And I think it's an interesting debate.
It was interesting, like with how they wrapped it up, because when the movie was going on, I did not know how they were going to wrap up the story. I was like, are they going to like, you know, banish or like Ken for like, you know, having all these like horrible ideals? But it was just great, and he was Knuff. He was Knuff.
He was Knuff. He was.
Should we talk about Margot and Ryan Gosling just for a hot second?
The funniest joke in the film, the one that made me literally laugh my head off, was when Margot was saying about, you know, feeling inadequate. She was like, I don't look pretty, I don't feel pretty. And then the narrator went, note to self, don't cast Margot Robbie if you want this point to land. And it's just,
my cinema lit up at that bit. I was like literally almost on the ground laughing. I think that's probably my favourite line in the whole film.
Oh, easily. Because, like, one of the best commentary lines.
Weird because it's like such a serious scene, and what they're saying like really, really hits home. Like I'm just sitting there nodding the whole time, being like, "Yes, get it, girl." But then they have this like cheeky little narrator voice who doesn't come into the play like as much as I thought the narrator was going to.
And I'm glad. I don't feel like I wanted it to be too narrated.
No, exactly. But I thought they were going to do like at the start of the first act, second act, third act, and then at the end. But yeah, that line I thought was hilarious, and really good. And yeah, I mean, like Margot absolutely crushed this role. I'm so glad because I feel like on Twitter or whatever the hell you want to call it now, people were really like bashing Margot, saying, "Oh, she had Harley Quinn, and that's all she'll ever be. She can't really land a role afterwards." But now we're living in a generation where she is our Harley Quinn, and now she's our Barbie. Thank you very much. And she's just a phenomenal actress. And, speaking as an Aussie, I'm proud to see that she's making her mark in Hollywood. I really am. I genuinely am.
She's brill. There's probably a bunch of other films I've not seen of hers, like, not Wolf. Was she in Wolf of Wall Street?
She was.
She was in that, and she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep.
As well. Yeah,
correct.
In my head, I was thinking she was in one of the two, but no, she was in both. So I've not seen those films. I've heard she's great in them. But
have you seen I, Tonya?
I haven't. No. Babylon, she's really good in. Babylon as a film itself, there's a lot going on, and it's not like the greatest film I've ever seen, but she's phenomenal in that. Again, as is Brad Pitt, they're both brilliant. But like any time I've seen her in a film, she's done a cracking job. So I'm glad that hopefully Barbie, if it's Barbie that makes people realise she's not just Harley Quinn, then so be it, because she is a fantastic performer.
Oh my god,
she deserves it.
Absolutely. I honestly think like the opportunity's coming her way. I don't know, but I hope that after all these damn strikes, there's a lot going on in Hollywood at the moment, by the way. It's not good news.
Yeah.
But I really, really hope that Margot continues to work in this industry and keep delivering the damn goods, girl. You're doing a good job.
Well said.
Appreciate it.
Well said.
But someone who honestly exceeded my expectations, and my expectations were high, was Ryan Gosling. I mean, geez Louise.
He was just Ken.
It was electric. It was. I can't even describe. I knew Ryan Gosling had comedic chops. Have you seen The Nice Guys?
I have not. Admittedly, I've not seen much with Ryan Gosling in. I've known of him for years. Like, I know who he is, but I've never really seen many films Ryan Gosling's been in, which is just a weird thing.
I've seen he's really, really good in like Blade Runner, but that's like it's way more serious, obviously. And I think he's like a brilliant serious actor, but my goodness, he does comedy well.
Yeah,
and he's a Whovian, so he gets points for that too.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a video yesterday where he was doing some kind of event with Matt Smith or something, which was dead funny. And he was talking about how he first saw Matt Smith playing the Doctor, and he saw him in the Pandora Opens doing the speech. And he was I thought it was such an amazing performance, because obviously the ships weren't really there, so you have to be a really good actor to blah, blah, blah. And it was so funny because for the whole video it was like in like vertical phone orientation, so the camera was just on him on the video. Then at the very end it just zoomed out and Matt was sat next to him. It was like, he's listening to him say all this.
Matt Smith jump scare.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he is. He's a Whovian. It's great. Now we just need to get Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling in Doctor Who.
I honestly would not be shocked if Ryan rocked up for a cameo in Doctor Who.
Considering how vocal he is about liking it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think Shooty's first series, there might be something. I read today, as of time of recording, that there was a celebrity cameo filmed for the finale episode. And they built a set and they filmed it in the studio, so that's under wraps. I think that was in the latest Doctor Who magazine or something.
Oh.
So I was as soon as I read it, I was like, please be Ryan, but who knows? It'll probably end up being Stephen Fry again for some reason.
It won't be Ryan.
No.
It'll just be Ken.
It'll just be Ken. If it's Ken, that's huge. That's huge.
Speaking of, I came back on my timeline again. Do you remember when they did that video announcing Stephen Fry and Lenny Henry being in Doctor Who?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw the picture. Like, the face that Stephen Fry pulls. Do you know what? I'm going to put it on my camera, because I'm going to try and edit this a bit better. I'm just going to, just because, it would be criminal for us not to mention Doctor Who occasionally in this podcast, right?
Yes, correct.
This face that he pulls horrifies me. Like, it haunts my nightmares.
When I'm enough.
My nightmares. So they went, right, Stephen, you're going to be the bad guy, so I want you to intimidate everybody. And then it was like, gotcha. So he just did that.
He's a good guy. in it for 5 minutes, but that's all right.
Yep.
Anyway.
But yeah.
Barbie.
So what else have we got to talk about for the film? Because that's the thing. I just came out of it really liking it, and I definitely want to watch it again.
I need to watch it again as well.
I don't think she liked it as much, but I think that was more because she didn't know what she expected from it, and she said she really wants to watch it again. Because I think it's what happened with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. When I first saw that, I was not a big fan. I did not like way Scarlet Witch was the main villain, and that kind of put me off. And then when I watched it again, I was like, oh no, this is absolute peak. So this is fantastic. So I'm going to be interested to see what she thinks second time around. She didn't hate it. She was just like, wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Wasn't as good. She much preferred Oppenheimer. So
yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Oppenheimer, and I'm very, very excited to see it. Don't spoil
I preferred
anything.
Oppenheimer a little
I think I know what happens.
My Le Bomb.
My Le Bomb.
You not seen the meme where he's doing like the really stressed face and like my Le Bomb, it killed Le people. Have you not seen that?
No.
Okay.
I have not seen that, but
have you seen Cillian Murphy's giant chin?
No. Oh, yes. Someone took a photo in IMAX.
In IMAX, it's just like the most ridiculous angle of his chin. Oh, I thought I had it on my computer and I don't have it. Damn it. Damn. Oh, wait, no, it's sorted by size, not by date. Oh, well, hang on.
Hold on a second. Have we got
Chinian Murphy?
Chinian Murphy? Oh, my gosh.
Chinian Murphy.
That's fine. We've got Stephen Fry. That's enough. You know
what? Chinian Murphy would have been better. I'm disappointed.
Anyway,
music. The music of the film.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk to you about. Very good.
Dance the night away. Come on.
I enjoyed, as far, that song's been on the radio non-stop here in Australia for, the past 2 months. And I was like, whatever. But when it came on in the movie, and it was that whole dance sequence, and our boy Shooty, we should talk about Shooty more. He's only in it for a couple minutes. But every time Shooty was on screen, I was so excited. And that whole dance sequence at the start, my eyes were locked on Shooty. And he could dance. He can. But
the doctor dances. The doctor dances
on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think as far as the music goes, the soundtrack was perfect. I think if you try and listen to the Barbie album as a cohesive album, I don't think it works at all. It's all over the shop. But in the film, what their choices, I think, work very, very well. The Dua Lipa dance sequence at the start is so good. Lizzo's, Good Morning World song where she's Barbie's, floating down to her car and waving to all the Barbies, having existential crisis.
Do you ever think about dying, Crispy?
Not yet. I only think about my channel dying every day.
Well, that's already died, so I don't know why you still think about it.
He's dead. Nah,
it's dead on arrival, buddy. Sorry, it's dead on arrival.
Day away.
I agree. There's some amazing songs, but yeah, the mix of people. You got. I'm just looking at the album. You got Lizzo, Dua Lipa, Nicki Minaj, Ice Spice with Aqua, bruh. Charlie XCX, Karol G. I know most of these people.
I know all of these people.
Sam Smith, Tame Impala. When I heard Tame Impala, I grinned. That was
nice cool. When that sequence. Did you see how they shot that sequence? It's where they're traveling in between Barbie
I didn't see
Land
how they shot it. No,
it's practical. There was no CGI in those shots.
What?
They filmed it like an old school 50s movie.
Oh, and that's so good.
Well, the only CGI was they got rid of the wires when they're in floating through space. But I'll send it to you. It looks so trippy. You're looking at it that's a special effect. But it honestly, it's just people pulling with ropes.
It's the anti-CGI revolution. This. Oh dear.
Look. It was pretty damn cool. It was
Chris
pretty damn
Nolan
cool.
said there's not a shot of CGI in Oppenheimer. There's not a single shot of CGI.
Not a single shot.
Unless you're viewing it in China.
The black dress.
Yeah, there's a scene. It was literally said where Cillian Murphy and Florence Pugh just sat together with no clothes on. And in China, they've CGI'd a black dress onto Florence Pugh.
Censorship in China is a crazy thing. A crazy thing.
Not even something I want to even get into.
Nudity, whatever, but there's a lot of...
But the funniest thing about it is people commenting going but the dress is kind of nice though, so...
the dress kind of works for me.
My one issue with the soundtrack, my only one, as you know, Crispy, because you also are, I'm a big fan of Miss Ava Max. I did not appreciate that her song was in the film for was it even 5 seconds? You heard an inch of the chorus.
What bit was it?
It was when they were getting arrested, the montage and getting arrested 2 or 3 times over. When they were first getting their photos taken, it was there for 5 or 6 seconds, then it was gone. Like, it literally wasn't there for as long as that segment was. It was so daft.
They've got to do what they've got to do what they've got to do. I think
no, they haven't. That should have been in there longer. I don't care.
The best uses of the soundtrack for me, there was some. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Ava Max kind of did get robbed with all the times they used the rest of these songs. Charlie XCX's was very good. That was like the driving scene, whether she was escaping Mattel. That was really good.
Oh yeah, that was
and the end with the whole reveal that Ruth was the creator of Barbie, and that whole really
I was
going to
say there's like 3 songs that really stand out to me. One was the opening with Dance the Night. I loved that.
Correct.
I'm Just Ken, because it was Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah.
But yeah, like that ending section I specifically avoided Billy's song. I think all of them. Like, I tried to not listen to any of them, but I heard Dance the Night in like
so many, and
stuff.
I'm so excited to hear them in this.
I was like, nah, I want to hear them in the film. But that last scene with Ruth, with Billie Eilish playing and Margot crying, like, it got me tearing up. I was like, oh my God, the Barbie movie is making me cry. What is happening?
Weird. I was tearing up too, and I was like, this is, for goodness sake, it's the Barbie movie. But it really made me feel something. And I think the song is honestly beautiful. And, it's called What Was I Made For, which works on so many levels. Yeah. So many levels. A perfect title for a sad Barbie movie song. But yeah,
I think it's just a good one. Just like speaking from Billie Eilish's own discography, especially from Happier Than Ever, like her exploring like who she is and all that. Like, that kind of fits in with that vibe still. So it's like the perfect song for her to sing.
It literally is a match made in heaven. And Mark Ronson, the guy who did Uptown Funk, Go and Give It to You, was the guy that basically assembled this entire album. Like, it was his creation.
I still find it funny that Sam Smith's presence on the album was left a mystery until like the film was about to come out, and Mark Ronson was like, the last singer on this album, one of the greatest artists of our generation, and I was like, who are you going for? Then it was Sam Smith, and I was like,
it was Billie. He was referring to Billie Eilish in that.
Oh, was he?
He clarified it was Billie Eilish. They left out Billie and Sam Smith.
I've not really got anything against Sam Smith, but I would not describe them as one of the greatest vocalists of our generation. I'm going to be real with you. I would not say that. Billie, I would probably. Even then, she's got a very unique vocal style. I wouldn't even say she's one of the greatest vocalists of the generation. I don't know.
She can hold it. She can hold a tune.
She can hold
Sam
a
Smith.
But
yeah,
I mean, if I was to pick out of this album, who's got the most powerful voice? Who would you say? Like a really defining voice.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Ice Spice.
I don't know about that. Honestly, maybe Lizzo. Ava Max has got a pretty good voice. Lizzo, she's got chops.
Lizzo can belt. Absolutely.
I've not listened to much of Lizzo in my time, I'll be real with you, but I saw some of her at Glastonbury, and I was like, wow.
She was just here on the weekend.
Good. Leaping all over the place, singing along. She's good. She's very good. Although I do think she peaked in The Mandalorian.
I haven't seen that scene. Spoilers for me.
You haven't seen how have you not seen season 3 of The Mandalorian still?
I keep falling asleep. Is that bad? Is that bad
really?
of me? Yeah. It's not their fault. I'm a very tired man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think season 3 is as good as 1 and 2. Personally,
I've been wanting
I still think it's good. I still really like the season, but it definitely feels like it's not quite there as much as the other 2, in my opinion.
I'll give it a go.
I still find it so funny how everyone got so annoyed about her being in The Mandalorian. It's like, it's really not that deep, mate.
No, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Really don't understand the problem, but whatever. But yeah, the music was phenomenal. Yeah, so I'm Just Ken. I believe you had like a speech you wanted to give about it from the sounds of it.
I think that whole sequence was a fever dream, and I was so here for it. I was glued to the screen because like I love going to see like live theater. I really like musicals and stuff. I like did all the musicals at school, and then having Shooty in there as my like Doctor Who love. Just seeing it all come together with like a really like cheesy musical ballad performed by Ryan Gosling in bleach blonde hair, I was like, this is magical. I never would have asked for this, but I'm so glad it exists. I am so glad it exists. And it's catchy as heck. It's
such a great tune. It's such a great tune. And also, while we're at it, do we mention his workout routine for this one? Like,
who, Shooty or Ryan?
Well, Shooty looks good, but Ryan Gosling... Like,
I mean, it looked great on the big screen.
Bro had an 8-pack. I don't even know what he had. It was.
I don't know.
He had beach. He had beach.
He had beach.
Actually, I will say the beach off joke. Did that get boring to you? Because it got boring to me fast.
It was in the trailer, so I knew it.
Yeah, like I'd heard it in the trailer, and I was like, I was like,
I don't
then,
know.
like they say
the
it
two
so
elderly
many
ladies
times in the
behind me
film.
absolutely loved it. They thought it was the most funny thing in the world.
Yeah, fair. That was like the only joke where I was like. Also, the final line of the film I thought was so funny. I thought it was so funny. I'm here to see my gynecologist. That was.
Oh yeah. That's funny.
That made me laugh so much.
That's good.
It
That's
took
good.
60 seconds. You go. Oh, because she's human. Oh,
God, she's a human now.
Right, yeah.
I see.
So funny.
Plastic. But yeah, I like literally. I mean, I'm sure I could go and see it again and kind of give a more critical view. But as far as audience satisfaction for myself, I just had the most fun. It's a
damn good movie.
It was just. I honestly, I think it's just going to be one of those ones where. It'll eventually come on streaming, and I'll be like, all right, we're chucking on the Barbie movie tonight.
Let's dance the night away.
That's what I'm doing. Let's dance the damn night away. And I'm here like a Barbie. Don't bomb, but I'm not Barbie. Don't bomb, but I'm not ends.
I don't know the Ice Spice
songs. I don't know why I'm driving around Arby's. I'm in Australia. We don't have that.
Yeah, we don't have Arby's in the UK either, so that's why I was confused. I was like, damn, what?
Well, you know what they say.
Although apparently they have Popeye's chicken now, I think.
What, in the UK?
Yeah, I didn't think they had it, but I'm pretty sure I saw a Popeye's chicken store in Liverpool yesterday, and I was like,
We just got Taco Bell. That's something.
Taco Bell?
Oh,
dear. Oh, hello, dear chap. We've got Taco Bell.
Hello, dear. Would you like to meet me outside the Taco Bell for some lovely tacos?
I'm terribly sorry. I would not like to do that. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. No.
We have beef and beans.
Ew.
Ew.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I've got to say about the film. I think that was a nice round half an hour talking about Barbie.
Oh damn! Yeah, no, what are your final thoughts? What do you think?
It was a really good movie. Like I said,
fun?
I really don't have much to say about it. Like I said, the beach off thing was the only thing that I was like, but like that doesn't detract from the film. I still think it was a really, really, really good film. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, how could we go through this recording without mentioning Michael Cera?
Because I don't really have as much of an experience with him. I don't know what film. I've seen him in films before, I guess, somewhere probably, but...
Dude, I was laughing... Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I can't believe that you had no... I mean, I really like Scott
all the guys
Pilgrim.
were great. I love Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu, Shuji Gatwa, Kingsley Benedict.
They were,
the Kens cast.
The Kens were fantastic. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just shocked you did... Okay, well...
They were phenomenal.
Nice,
they were phenomenal.
Dude. That is fantastic.
There you go.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well
Thank
done.
You. Oh, no, he's reaching for the soundboard.
There we go.
Think we would have had an episode without me having a soundboard track, folks. You would have had an episode without it. And here it is, just clapping at the end. I'm going to have to render a whole soundboard track out just for that. Disgraceful.
Thank you very much. There you go. That's what we do.
But yeah, I'm going to stick with an 8. I think I definitely need to rewatch it again, knowing what happens in the film, and just see what I think of it overall, because it might go up from there. Because like currently, in the last 3 or 4 days, I watched Barbie on Friday, Oppenheimer on Sunday, and I watched Spider-Verse again yesterday, and it literally has been 4 stars, 4.5, 5 for those films. Like,
yeah, it's like cinemas are back, baby.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny about Spider-Verse? Like, it's not even on topic at all, but when I put my original review up of Spider-Verse, I got like 6 likes on it, and I said like Spider-Verse was good, but it felt like because it was such a distinctive first half of a story that it's hard to judge. I retweeted it and put, I was talking out of my ass, amendment 10 out of 10, and I ratioed my own review within like half an hour, and then you when I was 22 likes, was like, yeah, okay, I can see what you're all talking about now, and everyone seems to agree with my opinion now. That's why I literally was like, I'm not even going to say why I was wrong, I'm just going to put, I was talking out my ass. Because that film is a 10 out of 10. It's peak.
It's banging. It's absolutely banging. And so that's our review of Barbie.
That's our review of Barbie, yeah. With a bit of Spider-Verse in there and a Captain Marvel on my desk and everything. You know, because Marvel will not escape us.
Whoa.
I can't wait for the Marvels. Crispy. Can I just slip this in here? I can't wait for the Marvels.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the new trailer?
November. Yeah. Same as the first, pretty much.
Looks peak. Looks
alright.
Looks peak. Say it looks peak.
I like, what's her name? Kamala Khan?
Say it looks peak.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Say it looks
for
peak,
listening.
Crispy.
It looks peak.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for watching special episode number 7, was it? I think, yeah.
24.
24. That's a lot of special episodes.
It's our 24th installment.
Thank you everyone for watching special episode number 7 of Who's There, a Doctor Who / Barbie / next week's Secret Invasion podcast. Ooh. So by the time this episode goes up, we won't yet have been live for episode 69 of Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast.
Oh,
but
very exciting.
We are going to be live at the time of releasing this tomorrow at 12 p.m. BST. So the time this episode goes up, that time tomorrow we'll be live. So make sure you hang out, watch, have a good time. Gonna be fun. And then after that, it'll be special episode number 8, where we talk about Marvel Studios' Secret Invasion, which, I mean, I'm going to say right now, has one of the greatest themes of any Marvel project. That intro music gets me hyped every time.
I always skip the intro because it's AI, but that's just me.
I agree. Yeah, that is valid, but this is also the guy who has a Spotify playlist for every Marvel theme and literally listens to Marvel themes.
Fair enough.
If you literally said to me to do the Secret Invasion theme, I'd just sit here now and do the whole thing for 2 minutes.
Nothing will beat WandaVision. WandaVision.
Very true. It's very true.
For me. Anyway. I didn't ask. I did it. I didn't ask.
Come on, Chris, please do the outro.
Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. What you thought of the Barbie movie, please. We're going to wrap it here because there's not much more I can take. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Thank you so much for watching. It's goodbye from Troy.
Bye-bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Alonzi, baby.
See you all next week, or see you all tomorrow. See you all whenever. Bye-bye.